The Anatomy of Filipino. I like to think that I am Filipino, that I'm as good a Filipino as anyone. My heart thrills when I hear the national anthem being played, and my blood races when I see the flag fluttering in the breeze. And yet, very often, I think myself asking, how Filipino am I really? My first name is American and my last name is Chinese. When I'm my girlfriends, or more correctly, when I'm friends who happen to be girls, I talk to them English. In the day, if they thirsty, I buy them a bottle Coke of American. If they hungry, I treat them to Italian pizza pie. And when I have money, I give them real Chinese lariat. Considering all this, considering my taste for my many things foreign, right I have called myself a Filipino. Should I not call myself culture open, the illegitimate child of my cultures and many races? Distinguished of board of judges, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow bastards. Rightly or wrongly, whether we like or not, we are the end of products of our history. Fortunately or unfortunately, our history is commonly of polyglot influences, Malayan and Chinese, Spanish and British, American and Japanese. This is the historic fact cannot escape from. To believe in otherwise and entangled in fantasy. Yet, there are many among us who believe it's a Filipino girl call herself Mary or Rose or Angie. There are many among us to think and downright criminal for boy sports French, color and or wear Italian shoes. Those girl and from Filipino, if she and now liwayway, di makalabit or perhaps luningning, kipot, luwang. Should a boy and compelled to other and barang Tagalog all time. Beside, is the barang when is it not made pericardian Filipino at all? Wasn't originally Chinese. Ladies and gentlemen, I must confess I am extremely confused and bewildered young man. Whether whatever I am, whatever I may doing, I am bombarded all the sides by people who want to search for my national identity. They tell me that a language I speak should be replaced by Filipino. They urge me to away in things foreign, to act and think and buy Filipino. A man I know, he calls himself a rabbit nationalities, doesn't want to use electric fans because they are made in Japan. He used a pamaypay. Even in art, I'm getting bored and bewildered. The writer should use a Filipino as his medium. The nationalities cry. The painter should use the genius and portraying themselves pure Filipino, they demand. The composer should exploit the endless possibilities of hunting demand, they insist. All this sounds wonderful, but Rizal used Spanish when he wrote the Noli and the Feeling. Was he less of the nationalist because of it? Must the artist to be truly Filipino paint when the juice of the duhat and must draw the pictures of topless Muslim women or of ignorant warriors in G-string? And if the composer desert and the contiman and writes lovely songs faithful to the spirit of the swings Filipino youth of today, does they become un-Filipino? My friends, I say again, we are what we are today because our history. In our veins falls blood with the traces of Chinese and Spanish and American. But it does not stop being a Filipino because of this. Our culture is a kind of with foreign influences, but it has become richer thereby. This mingling, in fact, called speed as on the road of national greatness. Look at the American. It is the great country, and yet it is the in the search for national identity. Therefore, let us revise our attitude and adjust our perspective. Let us stop regarding influences as some from a purity, some type of population. Let us accept these influences and let us make the best of them. What is wrong with accepting American efficiency, Chinese thriftiness, Japanese industriousness, and Malayan love of family? Would not a Filipino better and would not the Philippines be greater by having all this? In the artist, the Filipino artist can hasten our search if they recognize this, if on paper, on canvas, in music, on the stage, he extract what is the best from what is boring. He can help to end our search if they discards chauvinism and identifies himself with his country name. Philippinism, after all, is the heart. If the heart beats faster because the Philippines is making progress, it is feels and compassion because it feels in suffering, then belongs to the true Filipino. And if it throbs with the pride of the past, if they pulse with the uncertainness of the present, if it beats with the faith in the future, when called us and nothing more, all the other things are unimportant. In the artist, I have an American first name and I have a Chinese last name. And I am proud, very, very proud, because underneath these names beats a Filipino heart.